Hello, brothers and sisters. I just wanted to make a quick video talking about something awesome. Really simple, but really beautiful that the Lord provides for us in this way. And that is the commands of God. The things that He tells us to do and not to do. Sometimes He wants us to do things that are difficult or that we would rather not do sometimes, or just things that, we think, well, do I have to do that? Like if I don't do this, does it really qualify as disobedience, or can I just not have to do this? And I just wanted to say that God is awesome, and we don't serve a God that just gives us a whole bunch of rules just for the sake of giving us rules. And that's why true faith and worshiping God in spirit and truth, it's not a religion. The relationship that we have with Christ isn't just religion. It's not just about rules. Yes, there are things that God tells us that we have to do, and we do have to do those things if we want to be considered obedient to Him, but it's more than just being given rules. This walk with God. It's more than that. And what more it is that His commands are a help to us. They help us navigate through this world with more ease. I've said this to many people, but I don't think I've ever said it in a video. And that is, in this life, one thing that we're absolutely promised, it's like in order to endure this, you just have to be born, and that is, you will suffer. Everybody will suffer. Everybody will go through hardships. Everyone will endure difficulty and resistance and suffering. It's like, okay, you were born, now happy birthday, you're going to suffer in your life. It's an automatic thing. And so I say, if we're going to suffer either way, then we might as well suffer while being in Christ, because not only by being in Christ are you walking the right walk, but in Christ, He's so kind, there's payoff. For the things that you endure in obedience, there's payoff for that. There's rewards that are eternal. I'm not talking like you go on some TV show on a cooking competition or a survival competition, and then you win, and then you get money, a whole lot of money. The difference between the rewards that we store up in heaven and those kind of monetary prizes is that money, either you'll spend it all and then it'll be gone, or you'll die before you can spend it all and it'll be gone. Either way, you won't be able to eternally enjoy that money. But in Christ, there are eternal treasures, praise the Lord, that you can get from obeying His commands. And so like I was saying, His commands are more than just do this, do that. You can't go here, you can't go there, you have to be exactly like this. It's more than that. He tells us things not to do so that when we don't do them, we won't be harmed. And the things that He tells us to do, He tells us to do them so that we will benefit if we do it. Because God, all-knowing, God knows what's best for us. He's going to tell us to do things that aren't just rules, but He'll tell us to do things that will benefit us and will help us grow and will set us free, provided that you do what He says to do. It's like, that's how our Father is with us. Like, I'll give you an example. On earth, when we're kids, we learn, don't touch the stove when it's on or it will burn you. That's how God is. Except He says, don't go here, don't do that, don't say this, don't act like that, because it's the equivalent of, if you go there, if you do that or say that or act like that, it will be the equivalent of being burned. And He's telling you not to do it so that you won't get burned. Or when we're young, our parents tell us to eat vegetables or something, or eat your vegetables, um, make sure you exercise, um, do your homework in school so that you'll get good grades. These are things that we're told to do so that it will benefit us, not just so that we'll be given commands to follow and you're just following commands, but there's nothing to gain from it. So that's what I wanted to say. And I'll just end with this. Like, when God tells us to do things so that we'll benefit, or tells us not to do things so that we won't be harmed, sometimes people set mouse traps or fox traps or whatever. They set a trap for an animal, and the animal goes into that trap, and then they get caught, and then whatever happens after that is usually unfavorable. I'll just say it like this: you can't get caught in a trap that you don't walk on. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying there. Like, when God tells you not to do something, you can't get caught in a trap that you don't step on. And not just that, but it keeps us safe, because the devil waits and watches for you to slip up and make a mistake so that he can do whatever he pleases with it. And everything that he can do, he will do. Everything that he has consent, I guess, to do, like with Job, he will do it. But if you don't go into the devil's territory and you don't do the things that God tells you not to do, the devil doesn't have an accusation against you. So it's like he has to bypass you, because he can't say anything bad about you to God. He can't accuse you because you did what God wanted you to do. So I just wanted to drop that today. That when we think, God, do I have to do this? Just know that he told you to do it, or he told you not to do it, because he knows what's best for you. And to do it or not to do it, when he tells you to do it or not to do it, it's just going to be an added blessing to you. So rejoice in that. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.